Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of our wonderful and juicy and delicious little subscribers out there. And how I love you all so, and I hope that you're all super duper well, super duper wonderful and super duper delicious, and that life is treating you oh so deliciously wherever you are in the world. So 3, 2, 1, beam me up, my juicy little lads. Thank you, little lads, you delicious and bright. Now then, and how I love you all so, my delicious little babies. Now then, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to any passers by. And I hope that you too are having a super duper and delicious time wherever you are in the world, and that life is also treating you most wonderfully. Okay, my delicious little babies. Now then, it's dark outside right now. It's dry. Very little wind, but that's in my neck of the woods in the old UK. It could differ in other places. Anyway. If you do enjoy the video this evening, if you could please click on the like and please enjoy the video. Anyway, let me just get to the point. So I'm doing a video this evening, okay? I'm in my gym jams, to be honest. You know, one of my sets of my little gym jams. Okay, my delicious baby. So, there we are. I do apologise, for how I look. But anyway, then in a way, I do not apologise, because there's something that I want to say, and I want to get this off my chest, and I want this, where they say the old-fashioned saying, you put it to bed, well, I'm going to put it in its cot. Okay, my delicious little babies. Now then, so, I did a video, okay, and I mentioned about, this, which I wasn't really paying much attention to be honest, my delicious little babies, okay? But it's to do with this, at the time it was the so-called somebody in the BBC who had been doing something that they shouldn't have been doing. Anyway, so it's all over a certain news channel on YouTube, which I'm not going to mention. And in fact, to be honest with you, my delicious little babies, earlier on, I actually sent a message to this particular channel, and I said, you are grooming, and what their channel is. Do you see, my delicious little babies? What they're doing is they're just an overspill of the box in the corner of the room. There we are. Do you see? So what I want to say to you is, my delicious little babies, is that, and I want to say this because when I do a video tomorrow, I do not want to be covering such silliness. Do you see? There we are, because this is silliness, okay? But I want to mention it just to give my view, okay, my delicious little babies. Now then, so here's the thing now. So you see, to me, if you go back in time with the old BBC and the other channels with the box in the corner of the room, just take your mind back, yes? Just please cast your mind back. Now, when it comes to whether we're talking about paedophiles or whether we're talking about somebody who's messaging somebody else or whatever the things are, yes? I do not ever recall any of them on any channel with the box in the corner of the room feeling sorry for somebody who commits, let's just say untrustworthy crimes. I've never heard of that. So why, all of a sudden, there we are, why are they doing it now? Do you say? So, the one in question is, his name is Huw Edwards. Now, yes, we all know Huw Edwards, especially in the old UK. Okay, my delicious little babies. Now, in other parts of the world, if you watch BBC, what was it called? I remember it years ago. BBC 24 or something like that. So, it goes global. Okay, my delicious little babies. So that's how I always knew it to be. Yes. Well, he's been on our screens, for decades, do you say? But I was not one bit surprised. So when I seen his birth race, I was not surprised at all. Okay? Now then, they're claiming that he's mentally ill, on this particular channel, on YouTube, My Delicious Little Babies. Yes? Oh, and everybody must, feel sorry for your man there. Well, he's not mentally ill. Well, I'm not saying that he does not have mental health issues. What I am saying, okay, is that here's a done thing now. So I'm done telling it. If you're gay, there we are, you're gay. Okay? So this is nothing against anybody gay out there. Anyway, I'm not even going to go down, I'm really just not going to, go down this road. Okay? But if you're gay, you're gay. Well, that, in my book, is not a mental health issue. It's just, to me, whatever floats your boat. Do you say? But of course, if he's been in this situation and with his wife and everything else, well, the chances are, come on, my delicious little babies, get a grip. Very nicely. Okay? What you'll find is that it's to do with the old ka-ching, do you see? So there's probably a lot of property involved with he and his wife, and there we go, and all of the things now. Yes? So sometimes we've heard it over the decades. The missus, she knows what he's up to. Do you know what I mean? What her husband's up to. There we are. Okay? But as long as she's sitting pretty, get me? Ka-ching! Pound, shilling, pence, dollars and change, and she's in a nice house, and there we are, and she's having a nice life, shall we say? Okay? Well, it may not always be that way, okay? But at the same time, maybe I do not know. I do not know about this man. What I do know is I remember seeing him on screen, and I thought, there we are, that he looked like a little narcissist. There we are. And I thought, that's all those years ago. Do you see? He's one like, oh, look at me. Do you see? But no amount of airs and graces. And of course, they brought the old flipping putrid queen in our neck of the woods in the old UK into it. You know what I mean? Everything on this particular channel to make everybody feel sorry for him. But if we look at his wife, there's maybe, there we go, a lot at stake. Maybe they could have been together for a number of years. There we are. And, so he wants to look after, there we go, his own interests as well. Do you see? My delicious little babies, yes. So, but the fact is, if you get with your woman there, okay, it doesn't matter who we are on the planet. If a man decides to marry a woman, okay, when he knows that he's gay, and this has been going on for decades, if he knows that he's gay, but he gets married thinking that he can in some way convert himself. Well, I've spoken to many gays, okay, and I'm telling you straight, my delicious little babies. They've even said, I have had, and I do not, wish to be, I have had sex with your woman there, but there's just no feeling. Okay, and there we go, and I've spoken to many over the decades. Okay, there's just no feeling whatsoever. Okay, and then they have to resign themselves to the fact, there we are, that they're gay, that they go the other way. Do you see? So I should imagine, based on what I've been hearing now, only what I hear, that, I should imagine that maybe his missus at the time, when they first met, there we go, whatever it was, that the chances are that he lied to her, see, because he was trying to tell himself that he was somebody else. There we are, not who he really is. Do you see? So therefore, he was living a lie, but at the same time, by that time, she probably, there we go, would have fallen in love with him, you know, whatever happened, because that's usually, there we are, the way it goes, okay? And then over the years, she at some point would have found out about, you know, his old shenanigans, do you see? Which, I mean, that in itself would have been, there we go, I just got a blur, it would have been a blur, do you know what I mean? Would have really flipping a hard blur to find out that your husband, you know, swings the other way. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies, yes? So that in itself, I should imagine, would have been most uncomfortable for any woman on the planet. My delicious little babies, or any lady. You know, that would be a really hard pill to swallow. Do you know what I mean? That your husband does not look at you as being sexy or desirable or anything because he prefers, I don't know, Cumberland sausage. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little baby? So I'm not saying that nastily, and I'm certainly not saying it nastily against, you know, the families that it's concerning. But the fact of the matter is that all of a sudden now, and I said on one of my videos just recently, over the past few days, I said it's all timing. Said I wanted to keep everybody in suspense for a whole week. Do you see, my delicious little babies? Yes. And then, of course, when it comes out. But here's the question. Why is the BBC doing this? Because what you've got to remember is, my delicious little babies, that this all comes from America. This is what you've got to, there we go, understand these things now, yes? So, the fact of the matter is, quite plain and simply, is that they're destroying America, they're destroying around the world globally. They've been in the process of the past, 5 years, 6 years of doing this, okay, to bring it to this point now. Mind you, go back decades, so this has been a different process in different, let's just say, sections. They've been doing it in different sections, yes, okay? And so now they're wanting to go at the BBC, do you see? So it's like to destroy it within, but at the same time, I see it for what it is. My delicious little berries. Oh, yes, there we are. Oh, yes, I do. Okay? And what it is that really it's quite plainly and simply like this. What they're actually trying to do, and that doesn't mean no, is that what the crack is here is to make this legal, you know, that it's legal that if somebody, even a name like his, on the news, you know, every night for decades and all this, yes, and then they connected it to the Queen. Do you see what I mean? The putrid Queen in our country. You see what I mean? Then King Charles came into it and William. Can you see? So I can see how this rocks and rolls. Let's not forget that, what is it? That flipping, because he'll never be a king to me. Just like she was never a queen, okay? We're the kings and queens, not they. There we are, okay? And we're the princes and princesses, not they, okay? So we just need to get that straight. But if we look at, is it King Charles's uncle or something? Was it Mountbatten? Well, he was another little dirty flipping paedophile, wasn't he? Do you see? Now, of course, we're told, from what I've heard, that that this one was 17. Well, I mean, when you're 16, you can drink and smoke. I mean, they tell you that you cannot, you know, but these days, I mean, come on. I mean, you can have transgender, you can change your gender below the age of 16. Let's just look what's going on in Canada, shall we say, anyway. You know, and do all these other things now, okay? And by the way, it's happening globally, which I've been talking about over the months. Anyway, the fact of the matter is this. It's almost like the BBC want us to feel sorry for your man there. Do you see? My delicious little babies. Well, I mean, to me, he's no different to any other predator. Do you say? So why must he be felt sorry for? You know, if you've got, you know, somebody who... he looks to me, I'll tell you how he looks to me, my delicious little babies, right? And I'm not right all the time, but I'd say I'm right, there we go, on this one, yes? Like, if he gets attached to somebody, just look at his birth trace, my delicious little babies, this Hugh Edwards, just please, just a minute out your time if you have an interest. And if you look at his birth trace, yes, you can see that, say, for example, he grows attached, there we go, to somebody. That he can be, there we go, before I even say it, rather persistent, shall we say. So he's one of these who maybe would call them, there we go, you know, at any time of the day or night. There we are, he's just that kind. You can see what type, there we are, a man he is. And I've known many, believe you me. Okay? So I know how it rocks and rolls, and I also know that when they want to use a status, oh, yes, do you see? To make themselves feel important. Do you see? Like, I'm important and you're nothing. And in this case, he was obviously giving ka-ching. But there seems to be something in this story. So, let's look at what was in this story, shall we? So, it turns out, only from what I've heard, my delicious little babies, only from what I've heard. But it turns out that, you know, the victim in question had an addiction to a very hard substance. Okay, my delicious little babies, yes? So, you know, this victim was accepting the ka-ching. Do you say? My delicious little babies. But it still does not explain why it's all came out now. Do you say? You see, to me, 2 and 2 does not come up to 4. And not only that, but you had the likes of that putrid little creature, Jeremy Van. You know, because I've been seeing clips here and there, you know. I thought, yeah, you little piece of shat. You helped to put behind bars our lovely, and not in that way, our lovely Alex Belfield. You know, and then this Jeremy Van walks away like his own shat doesn't stink. Sorry. I'm not sorry for saying that. I'm sorry for stumbling on it. Do you say? But take a look at him now, you man there. But like I said, karma to him as well. Little piece of shat that he is. Okay, there we are. Waiting game. That's what I always say. Waiting game. Do you know what I mean? Because eventually batteries run out. Do you see? You can only keep going for so long. Yes. So I see this, my delicious little babies, 2 things. It's a stunt. There we are. Big time. What's been pulled here, yes? Number 1, first and foremost, grooming. Okay? It's to groom the public. There we are. Okay? That this must be accepted. This should be accepted and must be accepted. Okay? And that we must feel sorry if somebody's mentally ill. He's not I'm not, like I said, I'm not saying that he's not mentally ill. What I'm saying is that you cannot ever call somebody mentally ill if they're gay. If they're gay, they're gay. Okay? They swing that way. Yes? They're in man is man and man goes with man. That is the way it is, yes? If you get bisexual, you like a little bit of both. Variety's a spice of life. Okay, my delicious little babies? And if you're straight, you're straight. So man and woman, woman and man. Do you see? So I do not see your man there as being mentally ill. In that aspect, it's a crock of effing shit. The fact of the matter is that his missus, his wife, and they keep highlighting it, like they keep really, really, zooming in, okay, that she spoke out. No, I would say that somebody, there we go, before I even say it, has made her to, there we are, has made her to something. So maybe she's frightened, do you see? So they've asked her to go along with it. There we are, and she's done it, you see? But in that week, when nobody knew who your man there was, who supposedly is the predator, okay? Well, obviously he is a predator, but when I said supposedly, what I mean by that is that, like I said, the story's not quite adding up. And 2 and 2 is not coming to 4. Do you see? So I would say very strongly, there we are, that something else is going on here. There we are. Okay? But of course, it's just amazing what the BBC does, isn't it? Like who they are quite happy to throw on, there we go, under the bus to keep everybody else entertained and distracted. Do you see? So what was going on in that week when everybody was too busy chat on all different platforms, okay? What else was going on for everybody else to be distracted? Do you see? My delicious little baby, just a thought, just a thought. Do you see? And then they chose the timing. Amazing. Do you see? Amazing. And please look at the numbers. Look at the date today. Okay, my delicious little babies. Is it 12, 7, 2, 2, 3? Okay, look at the numbers. They work, but there we are. They work by numbers. Do you see? But of course, they have to have a fall guy. Do you see? And of course, his reputation, well, apart from the Egypts, and I'm not being nasty or disrespectful, apart from the Egypts who absolutely love and adore this man when they see him on the old box in the corner of the room, do you see what I mean? Who worship the ground he walks on. Well, I'm not getting a lot of that, so I would pretty much say that his career is finito. Do you say? So even though they made a point of saying that he hasn't resigned, he hasn't done anything, yes, the fact of the matter is that if he was to come onto the screen, nobody would ever look at him the same way. It's common sense, isn't it? But you see, the BBC have to have a fall guy. Do you say? And of course, who's pulling the strings has helped yet again, like they seem to continuously do, ruin somebody else's life. Now really, if Hugh Edwards had just done the right thing, my delicious little babies, if he'd have just done the right thing and said to his missus, look, with what he's earning, yes, ka-chink, okay, look, I'll just pay you what I'm paying you, okay, there we go, I'll just pay you what I pay you, okay, job done. Okay, I love you as my friend, but I do not fancy you. I'm not into women, I'm into men now. You see? There we are. I mean, as hard as it is to hear, it's better to hear, there we go, the truth, isn't it? Okay? If he'd have just been done doing that and just sorted himself out, maybe got himself a little, there we go, a little bachelor pad somewhere. Okay, so that if he wanted to entertain somebody, then, well, he could be done doing it, isn't it? Sorry, yes? Well, if he'd have just done that, then he wouldn't find himself or his wife or his family in this situation now. Can you say ding, ding, dong, dong, common sense? Do you see, my delicious little babies? But of course, well, he chose another way, for whatever reason that was. But none of them can ever, doesn't matter what I listen to say that he's mentally ill. What, because he's gay? Are they having a laugh? Crock of shit they are. Do you see? But they also want to make it that it's all right if you're high up or in a, you know, a higher job, that paedophilia should be, should be allowed. Remember what I said about the WHO, the World Health Organisation, mad little babies, it's all there. It's done telling you. They want to bring in paedophilia, and I'm so sorry, mad little babies, but I'm talking about the smallest of the smallest, so I'm so sorry, and I do not want to hurt any of your feelings or upset you or disrespect you in any way. But this is how serious it is, and look what they're doing on that particular channel. Do you see? It's like as if to say, oh, you must feel sorry, you know, because somebody's got a name, you know, they're seen in the public eye, oh, you must feel sorry for them. Do you see? They're trying to legalise it. Can you see? You have to see, there we go, ding, ding, dong, dong, common sense, what's going on. And I can see it. You see? So all I'm trying to do, my little babies, is just make you aware. That's all. Nothing more, nothing less. Okay? Do not believe, there we go, this shat. Okay, there's nothing wrong with your man there. Okay, if he's got mental health issues somewhere else, fair enough. Okay, at some point in everybody's life, in all of our lives, at some point we needed help to talk to somebody, whatever it is, because I know that I have. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm mentally ill or actually that I ever have been, because I haven't. What I'm saying is, in somebody's life, you need somebody to talk to. Okay? You know, if you're having a bad time about something. Yes, there we are. Okay, we've all been there. I left home at 15, nobody flipping held my hand. Do you see? So everybody needs somebody to talk to. But there's a very big difference the way this particular channel is, there we go, he's putting it across. Okay? It's like, oh yeah, well, he's got mental health, what, because he's gay? Don't make me flipping laugh. Do you know what I mean? And since when over the decades, I'll repeat it once again before I leave my video, have they ever said that about anybody else? That anybody must feel sorry? No, because like I said, they're trying, there we go, to legalise it all. Do you see? You have to see the method in what's going on, my little babies. And once you see it, okay, just please remember, today's news is tomorrow's history. Okay, there we go. Okay, my little babies, and I just want to leave you with that. But I just, you know what, I wasn't going to rest, you know. I just got to put the rest of me fresh bedding on now. Okay, my little babies, I love to get into a clean cot. I really do, you know. You see, we call it bed, but you call it cot, Irish. Do you see what I mean? But I love to get in a lovely clean bed. And you know what I do? I say, thank you, dear God, for my lovely clean bed. That's what I say, my little babies, because I just love the smell of freshness. Do you know what I mean, my little babies? Anyway, so that's the end of our video. But yes, do not fall for this shart. And the last thing that anybody should be doing is feeling sorry for your man there, because it makes you wonder, what else has he been doing? There we go. What else has he been doing over these years? There we are. And not just him, but anybody. Do you say? But to just feel sorry, that's like legalising. There we are. For other things to come in. Do you see? I can see how it's working. You must remember that the ones who rule the world, they own the six major TV networks. Do you see, my little babies? So they can swing it. There we are. Ding, ding, dong, dong. However they want. Do you see, my delicious little babies? Yeah? So I can say, I seen straight away. There we are, big time. And that's why I put that message. Just this is, you are grooming. You are grooming. There we are. And of course, you're going to get ones who will follow them religiously. Do you say? But not seeing, there we are, the bigger picture. Do you say? my delicious little babies, but they come up on my feed anyway. And on that note, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to wherever you are, okay? Please have a super duper and delicious time wherever you are, okay, my delicious little babies, because you only get one life, okay? Please continue to feel the love, okay? My strap keeps slipping. I hope it's juicy and delicious what somebody's thinking about me, okay? It's true, because I've said it before, when your straps slip, you know, I've had it all today actually, and your little pants slip, you know, your little knickknacks, okay? Well, it usually means somebody's thinking about you. As I always say, well, I hope it's juicy and delish. Do you know what I mean? Because if it's not, well, that's not very sociable, is it? Anyway, my delicious little babies. But like I said, I mean, I don't look bad anyway. I'm in my gym jams, one of my set of gym jams, but I don't look bad anyway. I do not look, you know, like mutton just, you know, dressed as lamb, sorry, you know, when I come on with flipping video. Do you know what I mean? I actually feel that I look pretty sensible, actually, to be honest, okay? Anyway, so please give a listening ear, okay? Please take care of yourselves and please take care of others, okay? Please continue to lift the vibration and lift the frequency, okay? In this bonkers, crackers and crazy world, okay? And please give a tap on the back, a shake of the old hand to some family members, to some friends, or to some work colleagues. And please tell them that they're super duper wonderful, super duper juicy, and super duper delicious, and that you love them so, okay? So, lights off. Okay, my delicious babies. And it's time for me to get into my cot, okay? So until my next video, thank you so very much for even listening, my delicious little babies. But please do not fall, there we go, for this sharp, because that's what they're wanting. It's just another distraction, okay? But he's not mentally ill as far as when it comes to his sexuality. The fact is, he's gay. There we are. So really, it should just be accepted, there we are, and done with it, okay? Not all this silliness, okay? I'm not saying that he hasn't suffered with depression, as what they said, and I'm not saying that, because at some point in all of our lives, for most of us, we have suffered some form of depression. Do you see? Me included, okay? In my years. But what I'm saying is that they cannot say this, that and the other, yes, to excuse his naughty, there we go, behaviour. Okay, but he should have just been truthful. We should have just said, well, I'm gay. There we are, I'm gay, and that's what it is. But again, it's this stigma. It's like you've got to be a certain way. Or, I mean, I do not know if he has a family or if he doesn't. I mean, I just know that, I mean, obviously he's got a whiff. Do you know what I mean? A whiff of something, yes? But I do not know. But for most, you've had, you know, gay men or gay women, God bless them all, okay? And then they've had bairns, they've had a husband or a wife, and then they got to a certain age, and the bairns got to a certain age, you know, and then there we are. And then it comes out, do you say? But if he was just to have done the right thing, there we go, in the first place, and just be honest. But of course he wouldn't do it, because if you're in front of the camera every day, you know, and going on TV and that, to him, it was probably, oh, my reputation, what's others going to think about me? But really, if he was just done doing the right thing in the first place, there we go, nobody would have thought nothing. So really, if you look at it, instead of, what's the saying? Prevention better than cure. Instead of that, he's done the opposite way. And look now, because let me tell you, not a lot are going to see the other side of things. They're simply just not going to see him in the same light. So I'd be very surprised, my delicious babies, if he even goes back to work for them. If he does, let me tell you, he must have a thick skin. But to me, when the BBC want to destroy, yes, and then of course, you know, the old Bill had said that there's, you know, he hasn't done anything wrong. Surprise, surprise, my delicious babies. But like I said, the officers, police officers, not police constables, there's a difference. Do you see? Officers work for the corporations, okay? So with the corporations, it seems that they never do anything wrong. Do you see my delicious babies? So, of course, nobody's going to get banned to rats. Anyway, but we do not know the whole story. Okay, my delicious babies, none of us do. Okay, so until we do, well, I suppose we cannot really form any other sort of opinions. But to me, I just wanted to put the video out tonight because I know in my old noddle that I will not rest and it cannot wait. No. Okay, my delicious babies. So until my next video, good night, God bless. Be good now. Sleep well. Rest well, my little babies. Bye-bye.